But I'm back. I'm going to set this thing up while you guys are filtering in. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to try to put in my own words what KGB just told me. And hopefully become wiser because of it. Maybe somebody else, maybe someone will enjoy it. I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. All right, first things first, Cry. You need to get this board ready. And then you need to, like, window capture it, boss. That's what you need. There we go. Beautiful. I'm going to do 2 window captures. This is going to get really fancy today. But I got a plan. Last time it was kind of ugly looking. But I got a plan for the chess base window capture. Hopefully it won't be so ugly. Let's just get rid of all the numbers and the letters. Why? Because we're chess elitists. That's why. So we'll make this dude big. Whack. Chess.com suffers a little bit on the edge. I hope they get over it. And then we'll go over here and we'll do this again. Okay, buddy. Now we're going to grab the notation panel, my friend. This is called the notation panel. And I just want to get it all lined up so you can see what's going on. Hopefully me can see what's going on too. Now, if you recall, I did a little thing. Maybe you were here, maybe you weren't. Oh man, digesting KGB. It's running out of space over there. Maybe I'll put them over here. No, that's not great, Cry. It's not great. Can you make them smaller or something? Here, just do this, buddy. We're gonna just get rid of some of that space. We need some space over here. Baby, give me space. I got an idea. Life is hard, but it's not that hard. Check it out. I'll go like that. Bang. Digesting KGB, buddy. Bang. Yeah. And then we'll make this a little bigger. Watch this. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at that. Look at that layout, boss. Oh, I'm an OBS genius. Can you just... There we go, buddy. All right. So, Eben. That's hard to pronounce your name. So what I'm going to try to do, put in my own words, what the KGB yelled at me for. And he said some interesting stuff, dude. So let me just start off by saying something kind of sort of obvious while I flip this board. On the Perpetual Chess podcast, a student of mine, James Altucher, said this thing that changed my life. I don't know. It's too early to say if it's changed my life, but it affected me. Which is that if you're going to improve in anything, could be chess, could be something else, you need a plus, an equal, and a minus. So you need somebody better than you. You need like some cohort that's around your level. And you need someone who's not as good as you to explain to. So put into words what it is you're thinking. And for the longest time in my life, I was so poor, I never really had a coach. So I learned on my own. And now I'm not rich, got a little money, can afford KGB once a week. So once a week, me and KGB talk. Old school dude. And how did I improve, and what is the method of improvement that I espouse to others? Well, I tell people to go over their own games. And so I've been going over my own games for a long time, and I have a certain way of thinking. And now it's really interesting, to think deeply about a game and then show it to KGB and see what he says about certain positions. And a lot of times I'll say to myself, this guy's not going to be able to tell me anything, I've already looked at this game. What is he going to say? But every time so far, he said something kind of interesting. Now, the main critique he's had of me that I thought wasn't even going to apply to this game was that he doesn't like the way I use time on the clock. He thinks I spend too long on decisions that I shouldn't be spending too long on, and I'm thereby making my life complicated. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to update my notes to this game while I'm talking to you all. And I'm going to try to... I have a file on chess.com because we just looked at it where we did some of his variations, but I'm going to try to remember it and put it into my own words. Okay, so I did this. Now, the first thing the KGB said here that maybe I should have, what should I have said? I should have been more active in my mind, which is that for him, even though the inclusion of A3 to me is kind of like a big deal, it's a tempo for white, to him he's just like, oh, this is a queen's gambit declined position. It's a nomenclature thing, but for him it's just like the kind of position we're now playing. And it's important in that he feels that I got the spirit of the queen's gambit declined wrong in a couple of situations. Oh, Adam the Irish guy. Cool that you won his giveaway. That's great, man. All right, so here we go. So again, this is a game I played against, oh, I can't pronounce this guy's name, Jian Xiaozhu, or it might be Zhu Jianshao. And only David Proust, he lived in China for a little bit. He can pronounce the weird J sounds that Westerners can't pronounce. Anyways, here we go. Bishop E7, E3. By the way, now it was interesting. I said this last time. This guy is like Golden's dream player. He's not sweating the moves. He's just playing a setup and he's playing it very fast. So you see 203 there. Man, I don't know how well you can see it, but 203 means that the guy started off with 2 minutes and now he's got 3 extra minutes because he's just playing instantly, so he gets 30 seconds to move. It's interesting because, you know, like so many players who are rated around 1600 are turning on the engines, looking at Chessable and all this stuff. And this guy's just playing moves. And you see that with a lot of very strong GMs. They're just making moves and they just want to position and they don't want to be behind on the clock. Okay, so now I make a move the KGB fundamentally didn't like, and I think I'm with him. Okay, I played H6. I'm going to give it the old this move mark. In fact, I'm going to give it this move mark. Dubious move. I think objectively it's not wrong, but from a pragmatic point of view, it's entirely wrong. Okay. Now, this position, by the way, I wouldn't consider it a theoretical position in the sense that white has given me the tempo A3 and it's not terrible for him to have A3, but it didn't help him that much. But it's nevertheless a type of position where understanding the position is a big deal. And the reason H6 is controversial, sometimes it's fine, like KGB pointed out. Sometimes it's fine. But here, it's problematic in that it's a hook potentially for G4, G5, definitely a weakness on the light squares. And as KGB really pointed out, like anytime knight e5 happens, then I'm going to see actually, can I? Oh gosh. It's so hard in chess base to do arrows and stuff, dude. It's just like, oh my God. At some point, knight e5 can happen, and then f6 is not going to be nearly as cool as it was when I had the pawn on h7 because of knight g6. Okay, that was all basically obvious to me during the game. In any case, I played h6 incorrect, and I looked in the database and they played correctly. Boom, 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 and then you just play like this and you're just fine, dude. You're just fine. When he takes on e7, he's going to develop your queen. It's almost like with h6, I'm trying to get a little bit more. And one of the things KGB is mad about me is I like try to squeeze too much out of positions, and then I end up getting behind on the clock, and then I ended up making it too complicated too. And this is definitely an example of that. It's funny, I think of myself as a very boring player, but for KGB, I'm not boring enough. Not boring enough. H6 is a little too spicy. No rematch. I know there's some Alt key, buddy, but I don't know how to do it. Let's see if I can figure it out. Alt? No, it doesn't work. Alt something, you know? And how many different softwares can I remember how to highlight a piece? And I know it's possible, but you know. Control Alt are both keys together. Let's see that. Control Alt. There we go. And then how do I make an arrow? There we go. All right, boss. All right. Now that's really complicated. And let's just say that the chess base needs to make it easier. I've done it a number of times. I've done a lot of presentations, but I'm never going to remember that. That's just too weird. Okay, so here we go. Bishop f4. I thought bishop h4 was more traditional. And I thought here already that I was okay. KGB, he was still happy with white. And he gave a long variation here. Let's see if I can recreate this here. So, yeah, this was interesting. So let me just say in my own words, both during the game and then in my analysis of the game, I felt that h3 was a loss of a tempo and that I should be doing great. KGB, though, man, he had other notions. And I'm just trying to understand. Yeah, we did this fascinating variation. You know, we were just playing it out. And it went like this. Am I going to understand this? Is this something you can understand, Cry? Yeah. So, God, there's too many windows open, Cry. Can you deal with it? Castles. Knight h5. Bishop e5. Okay. Knight back. This was my intention. And I thought that objectively the best that the dude can get here is like a draw with bishop g3. And I have that here in my notes. And then KGB was like, no, buddy, wait a second. How about, you know, you just give it to me with rook c1. Knight e5, knight e5, f4, c5, f4 in this position. And whether he's right or wrong, the intuition about it that's correct is that my h6 move is a problem because now the knight on e5 is never going away. Never going away. So we then had a practice game that went, practice variation, if you will, a6. Maybe I should have played knight e4, but I definitely think white's better after that. Queen f3, and then I played snip, snop, b5, and then I believe KGB played g4. No, Cry, get it straight. No, he improved on this actually. We did this twice and he improved on it. So no queen f3, and he just played f4, and then I tried both a6 and rook c8. I ended up thinking a6 was better. Cry, can you get it together, buddy? So you need to get it together, buddy. c5, a6, g4. Obviously very scary for everybody involved. And then we looked at this variation: cd, ed, b5, g5, hello, snip, snop, knight e4, queen h5. And it all happened so fast. And KGB was like, dude, it's not looking good for you. And it's interesting, like when I first saw the position, I believed in my position here. You know, I'm opening up the dark squares with queen b6, all that stuff. But h6, buddy, problem. h6, problem. Yeah, that's what they call a problem, son. And one thing actually I want to look at is, could I have done this? I doubt it. Snippos, jippos, tacos, and popos. I'm just not doing anything. He's killing me. So let's do a little note here. This is how KGB came after me in the analysis session. Okay, good. I'm really happy I'm doing this. Captain Hook, dude, I like it, man. All right, so he then agreed with me that after H3, I should be comfortable. He doesn't like to say black is better. Now here's an interesting thing. Like when you analyze with the computer, you're used to saying things like, oh, I'm a little bit better, because you see the little mark. Instead of, he wants to talk about things being comfortable. You're not better, you're comfortable. It's a little bit nomenclature thing, but I get where he's coming from, because the computer will make you do weird things. We're about to see it actually in a way. Now, of course, I'm not playing with the computer, but maybe I'm thinking a little bit like the computer. All right, 94, fine. Castles, C5, Queen E2. Now, he's playing super fast. This guy's playing super, super fast. This guy, by the way, is about 26-30 or something GM. The only good player, I would say, don't talk trash, cry. The only super strong player I played in the recent tournament. I wish, the whole point was that I'd come out of retirement after this and play some stronger players. It didn't really happen. Because, why? I lost this guy. Okay. So here it's a really interesting moment where I make what I thought in the game and then in the post was the best move, but it's a move that makes things very spicy. Like H6, it's a move that makes things spicy. And KGB was like, why are you making things spicy? Let's show first what I did. Boom, boom. And now white will get the potential for initiative on the king side, but will give me the C3 weakness, which isn't just about the pawn, it's about, like, you know, the C file and a little bit of activity over there for me, the A3 weakness. Very dynamic, and white just played it. He's not thinking at all. This is just like, I gotta do it, he does it, you know? He's not even thinking at all. So, for KGB, I'm making life really complicated with C takes D4. And he just wanted me to play knight F6, and then we had a sample variation of rook AD1, queen C8, intending, let's see if I can do this control-alt thing. Queen E6. Oh, I did it, man, look at that. Intending queen E6. And he's just like, dude, you're fine. You're fine, there's no problems. You just move around. Nothing going on here. Nothing to see here, boss. Nothing to see. Whereas, if you, let's just say you got a computer in the back of your head. Well, you're going to say to yourself, I deserve to be better because I'm up time. And then you're going to say to yourself, well, I want to take that knight on. I want to give him some pawn weaknesses. And I think objectively, well, we can check the engine. We can check the engine, but I think objectively that is correct. But what he's saying is I'm making my life complicated. So let me show you guys this. C takes, knight takes. And then I ended up really compromising my position here because I got terrified of knight F5. And KGB was like, oh yeah, dude, you can't play, you know. So the original intention was go bang, bang, bang. And then I got scared about knight F5. Now, if I thought for longer, which I should have done, and not been consumed by fear, I could have in this position found bishop G5. And then imagine boom, 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 boom. Or boom, 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 boom. We did a little bit of this last time when I did notes for KGB. Some of you guys might have been there. And then now I lose my mind and play bishop g5. I have to cash in on the advantage of CD, which is to get the weak pawn, if I'm going to compensate for the knight being on d4. That's the problem. Now, people are talking about rook c8. Thought, it's a thought. But after knight f5, it's the same question. What are you going to do? Same exact question. Yeah. Okay, so I played this move, and to put this in words, the reason this is a problem is we're going to get it now an isolated queen pawn position after snip, snop, blop, where I lost my best piece. Why is the bishop the best piece? Because it needs to fight for the dark squares. Okay. And I'm about to make my second mistake, which lands me into big troubles. Okay. So, yeah. So what we're gonna have to say is like, he's like, if you want to be a Sicilian player where you're living on the edge, then these kinds of moves that you're doing where you have to find moves like bishop g5 here with all those tactics, then that's okay. But if you just wanted to, if you wanted to play the Queen's Gambit declined, then this is not the way you play. It's kind of an interesting point. Kind of interesting point. Okay, so I did this, and now I'm worse. But did I understand I'm worse? I didn't understand it. And now I make a bad move, knight dc5, not understanding that knight takes d3 is not the position I want, because that bishop does not fight for the dark squares. Okay. Now, interestingly, here's an interesting variation that I want to try to recreate. I thought that a6, I was like, don't you think isn't that a nice move? I didn't see it in the game, obviously. I didn't appreciate the danger, but don't you think I'm equal? And dude was like, no, you might not be toast or anything. And I think he agreed with me, it was the best move, but not equal. And we played a couple variations where we played rook c2. I guess at some point I need to turn on the computer here, right? Right? At some point I turn on the computer, the way I don't want to. So we played a couple variations here. I tried both knight d6 and b5. In both cases, though, dude was just like, I'm going to play here. I'm going to look to play, oh, excuse me. No, on knight d6, he played b3. Overwrite. Yeah. And then he's just going to play rook fc1, and he's going to do his thing. And he at least won the battle of the variations. I wasn't winning the sample games, dude. Let's put it that way. Very simple play on the dark squares. So right, I tried all kinds of stuff, dude, and say a6, rook c2. Let's just put KGB's name on this. KGB's line. Okay. Yeah, I was getting wasted, man. And I tried everything. I tried like knight d6, the knight f6, rook a e8, and he was just body slamming me. And he wanted me to play rook ac8, and I was like, oh, then I'm not gonna have my fanciness on the king side ever if I play rook ac8. Oh man. Okay. Let's just say KGB thought white was more comfortable. This is a good example of what he means when he says more comfortable. Was more comfortable. And he beat me down in the variations. Yeah. Okay. B4, I missed that. Now I'm in trouble. Boom, boom. And then we spent some time on rook AC8. And he didn't like the look of this move, but we ended up, like me in the analysis, like not finding a suitable answer to knight f3. But rook AC8, maybe the best move in general. So he also said this was clear advantage. This might be an interesting position to put into the computer, just to see. Maybe ask the computer a couple questions here. It hurts the play on the king side because I need my firepower over there if I'm gonna be able to do anything. With rook AC8, I'm just trying to hold the position. And with the isolated queen pawn, if I just trade stuff off, it's not gonna work out. But so I have to, rook AC8 is accepting that I am worse. And I didn't want to accept I was worse. When I played A6, I wanted to say, I'm actually okay. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, well, let's ask the computer. Do we want to? The computer, by the way, is just gonna change my mind. It's gonna be like, no, you're a jerk and KGB's a jerk. So I don't even know if I want to turn it on, but here we go. Okay, let's see what it says. Add Kibitzer, Stockfish 13. See, it wants F4, dude. No, I didn't want to play F4. KGB didn't want to play F4. No. And then another weird variation. It's saying, oh God, yeah, these variations are just so weird, man. It just wants so many weird variations, man. To wit, knight A4, knight EC5, and now bishop F5. No one was looking at that, buddy. I'll tell you that. No one was looking at that. They weren't looking at that, I guarantee you that. And then it's like, yeah, white's clearly better. But knight A4, to me, knight A4 doesn't work because of knight EC5. Now let's say the obvious. Stockfish is like, dude, white's clearly better. Clearly better. Huh, interesting. It's also kind of with KGB, it's like, let's say the human move would probably be B4. Is that true? I don't know, B4 I have questions too. Like, let's say we go B4, and then what is the computer's intention on rook FC8? Oh, it has some evil tactics. Yeah, boom, boom, snip, snop, game over. Dang. That's some evil stuff, dude. Okay, so we're gonna have to admit it, I guess. Comp says clearly better for white. KGB says more comfortable, but probably holdable. Interesting. By the way, let's check out what it says here. It wants knight DC5, which is the move which I gave a question mark to. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm not telling KGB's name. He didn't want it. Like, KGB, they don't like their names out there, man. So I'm not telling you his name. His name is KGB. That's his name. You hear my fan? Is it going crazy? All I'll say about Nepo is my coach doesn't have a man bun. My coach doesn't have any hair. Or rather, my coach has even less hair than I do, my friends. Okay. So, let's get into it. We're going to ask the computer now. Now we've done kind of KGB's take. B4, knight d3, queen d3. So me and KGB both thought this was clearly better for white. Computer says not so special. Computer actually has a very nice move that I should have thought about completely. Snippos. Put a rook on c8, and no matter what he does, no matter what, we're going to play rook c4. Bang. Oof, 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 oof. Dang, I missed that. No one saw that. It seems obvious now. Remember what I said. Once you turn the computer on, everybody seems like a jerk. Right. Let's say S fish. SF for stockfish. Somehow, no one saw this. Dude. With some counterplay, right? With a little bit of counterplay. I'll give white a little bit better, but you know, that's definitely what I should do. If you got to play a move like f4, then, you know, it's not like you got to worry about it anymore. Whew. Now, I did, one of the weird things is I saw moves like rook c4 both during the game and the analysis, but I didn't, is the intuition to take on c3, absolutely not, because the only asset in the position is the knight on e4. The tension, and my bishop on b7 I considered a helicopter parent, right? It had no life except to help out the knight on e4. So knight takes c3 wasn't even part of my mind. I don't think KGB thought of it either, same reason. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and write this. It seems obvious now, but this is gonna be very anti-intuitive. Oh, all right, let's see what it says here. Now, I played a5. How bad? It's actually the third move. Third move, it comes up. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Rook fd1, ab, ab. And now, it thinks I'm still alive. And I did look at the move it likes with queen f6, so let's look. So queen f6, it's changing its mind. It's not liking me anymore. Knight f3, that was the move I came up with, yeah. Then what's queen f5 or queen e6? Not so pleasant, man. Okay, it's still, so it changed its mind. It came around to saying this is clearly better. I still think queen f6 is the right move. Wait. Queen f6, knight f3, rook a3. Oh, wow, I had a whole variation with knight takes e4. Oh, first of all, let's look at that one. So I thought this was compensation. Stockfish says you're on crack for multiple reasons. Multiple reasons you're on crack. I did look at rook c7. It's third choice there. Actually, I'm sorry about that, guys. You can't see it. I don't have enough room. I don't have room on this OBS template to have the board. I have all this stuff. Anyways, I'm trying to tell you. Rook c7 was the move I looked at. And it's still saying white's winning. Let's put that one on, because that was a human move. Rook c7, queen g5, g3, bishop c8, and look at this move it finds. Whack. Oh, man. Oh, man. Bishop h3, and then you still can't play queen f3, but it's just like you're done here, buddy. You're done. I gotta say, my intuition is not that I'm done, right? It feels like I got a little honey in my bunny. Don't I got a little honey in my bunny? No, he's got rook d5 next. That's the big problem. Oh, man. Yeah, okay. That's some computer stuff. So I ended up, let me talk about this. The intention, the dream of a5 is that my rook on a8 someday plays some kind of role, right? So after, say, knight f3, the dream is rook a3. This position, if I got this in a game, I mean, if I'm suffering and I get this, you got to say to yourself, well, at least, I don't know, feels like I got some kind of something. But then there's another move the computer likes. It's just like, no, boss, knight d5. And isn't that simpler than simple? That's simpler than simple, boss. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's just over. So there's none of that. And on knight f3, it wants me to play the sad-looking queen f5. Which is kind of hilarious because in this position, me and KGB had a long, drawn-out thing that he wanted for sure rook a c8. I then had knight f3, and then KGB wanted queen f5. And I believe I then had rook fd1, but the computer doesn't like rook fd1. Oh, because look what the computer finds here. Bang! Take that, you slime ball. Nice move, Stockfish. All right. So amazingly, let's see, this knight f3, and I looked in this position at queen h5 and queen f6, and after dude's move, KGB's move, it just wants to go back. And then question, what happens on queen g5? What does it actually want? Oh, it wants this position. Check. Oh, it wants f4. F4 gives me the heaves, dude. So basically, it wants f4. Man, okay. Is what SF wants. Brutal. Let's just put queen f6 on the board. Snippos, jippos, queen b5. And it's true. It's true. That's a clear advantage. All right, let's go ahead and give f4 an exclamation. That was pretty good. Okay. All right, so I did this a5. We're going to see if the computer thinks I have any hope of survival here. Boom. Boom, boom. It thinks my move was, well, either rook fd8 or queen f6, the same. It likes rook fd8 now, so that's what I did. In my post, I felt queen f6 might have been a better chance. And we just saw some of that. So, queen b5. Queen f6 is what I did. Snip, snip, rook a1. I thought that was a real class move. And now I played rook c8, which at first it likes. So it's saying actually, now this is interesting. So in my appreciation of this position, I am strategically lost. And Stockfish is saying white is only a little bit better. Fascinating, okay. Me and KGB, not just me, thought white was strategically Wait a second. Time out, Cry. What are you doing? Yeah, okay. It was not me, Elko. It was not me. I was at the Cherry Blossom Open, but David Pruce and Kostya were over there. I thought this Rook A1 stuff was genius, dude. All right, I played Rook A C8. He played Rook A7. And now Stockfish wants me to play the ugly Rook C7, but got to admit that Rook C2, I should have at least crossed your mind, boss. Man. Rook F1. Problem with Rook C7, it's just, it looks so nasty to be pinning my rook like that. Yeah, maybe I'm alive here, dude. I'm gonna play Rook DD7. Push! Yeah. Wow. Maybe Black survives. Now the computer loves the bishop. It doesn't care, dude. It doesn't care that it's temporarily bad. It just loves the frickin' bishop. Huh. Well, let's still go ahead and say darn it. So from the computer's perspective, it's my following move after which I am truly suffering. Amazing. And I'm pretty sure, man, when I played Rook AC8, I already had this move intended, I believe. That was very disappointing. Right, so I've analyzed this. I'm going deep with my analysis here, you guys. I analyze it by myself. Then I show you guys the notes. A couple of days ago, I called the notes for KGB, and now I'm looking at, and I looked at it with KGB, and now I'm looking at both, trying to digest KGB's notes, and then looking a little bit at what Stockfish says. So I played Bishop D5, and now it's saying Rook D7, exclam, was also the correct move. So, my sense again that I was just totally lost here. Let's see what it says. It's saying I should have gone boom, 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 boom. This looks nasty. This looks nasty. How is this survivable? I mean, you didn't even, what's wrong with queen takes e4? Oh, queen takes b4. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's already sad, of course. And so boom, boom, queen e5. And again, I put that as plus minus, and the computer's like, no, it's not actually over yet. It might change its mind any moment here, but no, I'm totally with him, actually. Look at this. Look at this variation it finds. Queen here. And boom, bang, 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 bang. Right, maybe I live. Maybe I live. Wow, okay. Wow. Maybe black can play on a little. I'm a computer resourceful little dude, man. Oh, so I play queen e8, and KGB is mad at me because I'm already in time pressure. Queen d6 exclam. And now it wants queen d8. Again, SF. Not SF San Francisco, but SF Stockfish, my friends. Ah, my sense is just lost, but it doesn't care. It doesn't have any feelings. And it wants rook b8. No, now it's saying, well, it's going, for a second it flashed plus minus. Now it's flashing plus minus. No, now it's going here. It's saying it clearly better. All right, so let's say SF says it's not all the way gone. Rook b8, Drittman is so sad. Yeah, it's hard for me to do that kind of thing. And so only after bishop d3 is the dude saying I'm lost. And now it's saying it's all the way gone. So I'll show you the rest. Yeah, it's basically saying it is all the way gone, my friends. It's not nice. Yeah, I could have resigned here. That's right, Mitch. Kale and beans, huh, KGB? Okay, so let's turn off this Kavitzer and say, I want to say a couple things about KGB, and then I'm going to conclude this fine episode here. Point A, if I'm playing this position, I'm actually playing a Queen's Gambit declined. Point B, highly controversial move, boss. Point C, if I'm going to play C takes D4, I'm playing the position as if I were a Sicilian player, a madman. Point D is that even though A6 is the right move, White is still significantly in charge. Now it's weird, because in his mind, right, it's more comfortable. But now I've seen the computer analysis, and I'm like, oh, computer just thinks White's significantly better. It's kind of a weird little head game there, right? All right, my friends. That's pretty much it for me. Well, kind of interesting news from the dojo I'll tell you guys about. I don't know if Kostya's going to let me, if he's cool with saying this. I don't even understand it yet. But basically, he's got this arena. Have you guys heard of this arena stuff? Arena? Create amazing gaming experiences? Let's go Google it for a second. I would be interested if anyone knows. I'm not a, beyond chess. It's just the only thing I got. Has anyone heard of Arena? Anyways, we're going to be part of some summer chess invitational. And loads of other streamers, dude. Here we got. We got Eric Rosen, Nemo, and then who else do I? Anna, Chess Bras, Cramlings, and GM Hess. So it'll be like teams, bro, and it's gonna be a sub battle. Maybe I'm leaking this, Kaimze. Maybe I'm leaking it. I don't know. But you can't see it, so it's all just hearsay. In any case, I'm interested if anyone's heard of the Arena thing, and Kostya's on it. Anyways, that's kind of a cool thing that's happening. I'm going to try to stream a little bit each day, and I think, let's check this out. I think we got the new video out, and I might be able to just post that in the chat. Let's see if I can get this here. Oh, yeah. Is it a special video? No, it's not that special. But I haven't done a video in a long time, so it's kind of like good to finally get it out there. What is going on here? Oh, cry. I'm all over the place. Buddy. Oh, Christ. I don't know. Oh, gosh. What has happened here? Oh. Other profiles. There you go. Guest. I don't know. Christ. No, I don't want that. Well, my friends, switch account. There we go. Switch account, boss. There we go. I'm a boomer when it comes to this, right? Pure boomer, man. And then Right, here we go. Content. And I got a little video. I'm gonna force it on you. And then I'm gonna raid somebody. I did my game review show, and I'm kind of working on like how to do the show, like how to present it and everything. Anyways, I did a video. I did a bunch of games. I was happy with one game in particular. And
Grammarly can help
we
you.
turned that into a vid. So I'm gonna post that here. This is Julio Channels Kostya. Broxies, I'm about to be out of here too. Thank you for rating. Here's a video that just got put out. Check it out. I thought it was pretty cool. You know, it's just part of this Twitch show that I did last week before I got the death cold. I'm gonna try to put out some more videos this week. We got some big soccer games tomorrow, man. Big soccer games. All right, so Broskies. That's a good name, Broskies Studios. I like that a lot, man. We're gonna raid somebody else, so you guys can just be on a raiding train. Just a raiding train, man. Who should we raid, though? That's a good question. Let's raid our friend James Blunder. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. James Blunder. Thank you, Broski Studios. I think there's not that much going on Dojo Lifestyle right now, but yeah, I'll be back around tomorrow. I gotta get out of here. Goodbye, everybody. Ciao, ciao. And you know what? Give us a follow, you jerks. Give us a follow and a subscription. Also to Broskies. Give them something too. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.